We're actually going to get out to sea, and the sun's cracking through the clouds over there, and all looking good. All looking good. Right, so there we go, looking down the river. A little bit of grey out there, but it's quite a bit of blue in the sky. Hopefully a few fish and we'll have a good day. The plan is we're going to go and centre our activities around a wreck of a ship called the Stone Boat. I'll give you some details of that in the written details on the video.
Sorry? Looks bassy along there. Remember when we came down it? With John Luke? They're everywhere, weren't they? Well, that was we first down, but then the water came out. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the bass on the bridge. Nothing big. No. Single claw. Right.
Yeah, you're allowed to land 2 now.
I was going up to 2, is it?
Yeah.
Woohoo.
But, sorry? Yeah.
Trying to catch one.
But I don't know what the commercial boats are allowed to land. A lot of fish going on the fish finder in the harbour. I'm betting they're whiting. I think that rowing boat's going faster than we are. We're sticking to the speed limit, I hasten to add. The half race. You've did it?
Yeah, I done it last year. We came third.
Really?
I've done it about 10 times. As good as Parker.
I've done it nearly 10 times, -1, so 0.
But, yeah, well, Parker's obviously didn't do it, I think. Yeah, I remember. Big part of it. And it's,
Yeah.
we put a team in it. Yeah, every year.
Right, well, here we go. We're at just leaving the harbour. Gonna have a nice day on the sea. Got Woody with me and his son Craig, and well, at least we're out at sea. Fish will be good. And gentlemen, you never know if the camera's on you, so please, no swearing.
Yes, good. Those marks you get in tuna wars.
Yeah. Out behind that wreck. I'll show you the wreck in a second.
We can see them, but catching them is a different kettle altogether.
Oh, have faith.
Oh no, I do.
There is lost showing. That's big shoals of whiting. I put one in it.
Yeah.
Or as we were calling them, winter mackerel.
Yes.
There's the
this year.
And that's above the wreck there.
Yeah.
That smacks a pollock.
It does, yeah.
Tide's going out at the moment.
Please.
Look at that. Yeah. Shoulder sprats maybe.
How are we going to fish this?
We're going to drift it a couple of times with the lures. Let's see what we do. I'll get tackled up then and see what the drift does to us.
Yeah.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to drift the wreck the first couple of times, just see if we can see what the drift's doing, because the wind and the tide are opposing each other, so it might have some sort of strange drift patterns. And also just see if there's anything above or on the wreck. It looked, as we came over it, it did look like there might be some pollock above it, but that might just be wishful thinking. So I like to use a nice boom, tubey boom, which I've already rigged up with a swivel, a bead and a loop of monofilament through the tubey boom, so that I haven't got to mess around trying to thread line through that. That just clips onto a link swivel on the end of my main line. So it's just a little 6-ounce lead, long trace, some 20-pound fluorocarbon. I had some in here somewhere. 17 or 2. And the bait of choice is the old rhubarb and custard sidewinder. Drifting in a very strange direction. Long Johns? As you can see, because the wind is opposing the tide, we've kind of kited north. So the wind is blowing us one way, the tide is running us the other way, and we've sort of squeezed out between the two in a very strange direction. So we're having to steam south to get back to the wreck, when in fact we should be drifting east to west at the moment. So it's going to be a bit odd drifting. There's lots and lots of fish showing up mid-water, shoals of sprats I would imagine. We'll give it a couple of goes drifting. We might find that it's not possible to do, in which case we'll think about dropping the anchor and see what that happens. Again, might not be easy to anchor the wreck with the wind against the tide like this. Might just have to go and find a bit of rough ground and anchor on that.
Shipping loads with 200 feet water, 10 ounces or less, 12, 16. Fixed rev.
We're kiting in a very strange direction, going northeasterly now. Alright, try that. Well, the sun's shining. A few black clouds over there. And we've had a few good drifts over the wreck here. Just about managed to get the drift and the wind and everything sorted out, so I've got it in my mind now to do it. And on that last drift, I think we all had takes, but nothing landed. And now we're looking out across the Seven Sisters, we're looking out there into the mouth of the Cookmere and the famous Coast Guard cottages. And here comes the wreck. And we're up over the top of the wreck now, nice big chunk of wreckage. So if we're going to get anything, now is the time. So I let myself down. Touch the bottom with the lead, bring it up a few winds just to get clear the wreckage, and then it's a slow, steady retrieve. As you see the track of someone's lure going down onto the wreck there, that's actually a big cloud of baitfish over the top of the wreck, isn't it? Big cloud of baitfish showing up over the top of the wreck. And then some bigger lumps as well. Something big there. All the way down again. Wreck. Wind it up, get the leg clear. Oh, and we're in the wreck. Get into a fish. I think we might have some fish action going on the other side of the boat here. I was in the wreck. Fish on or not? Yeah, very important when you get a take on when you're lure fishing like this is that you don't strike into it. You got to just keep winding, because they'll come along and pluck at the lure a couple of times before they actually take it. And all you do when you strike is you're pulling the lure out of their mouth. It's a steady wind. Also, I think that you'll find that you'll get 3 or 4 fish chasing it, so the first take might not be the fish that you actually catch. Well, it's encouraging. There's fish on this wreck anyway. They possibly pouting. But where there's pouting, there's congers, and that's the next target species. I think we'll give it one more drift, then we'll think about dropping the anchor. One more drift, one lucky drift.
Just get the skunk out of the boat.
Got to get the skunk out of the boat. So we need to steam southwesterly, take us back over the wreck. So we should see the wreck showing up any second now. There it is. Catch that bit as well. So I've got one on that one. Whoa! So with this fish finder, you tap on the top of the thing, save it as a new waypoint, save, clear the cursor, and then you've got to see the line of the wreck there marked out very nicely in with those purple dots, and that should put us right amongst it. Bottom, wind it up. What you've got to remember is that the actual lure itself has got lead in its head, so that even when you wind the lead up away from the wreck, the lure itself is still sinking. And so although you can get your lead clear of the wreck, you've got to remember that the lure might descend into the wreck, which I think is what's happened a couple of times to me, is that I've not quite wound it up enough and the lure has gone down and actually hit the wreck. Luckily I've not lost any tackle. Very shallow this wreck, it's only in 55 feet of water, 56 feet of water, which is quite handy because it means that you're up and down quite quickly. Most of the time when we're fishing wrecks we're over 100 feet of water. and out some of the deeper wrecks where you're fishing 200, 300 feet of water. It's a long old day, especially if you're having to use big weights. First bit of wreckage starting to show up on the sounder there. You can see those diagonal lines, that's the actual lures going down and coming back up again. So the sounder's actually picking up the lures. It can almost tell you which fish you're going to catch. And we're right above the wreckage now, so be conscious about losing tackle. Come on, right, so we're just tackling up to fish the bottom now. Anchors out, we're actually looking like we're right amongst the wreckage now, which is quite handy. Nice little knot for tying braid onto swivels is a Palomar. So you fold the line over, so you've got a loop, put the loop through the eye of the swivel. Simple overhand knot, just a simple overhand knot. In fact, this Palomar couldn't be a simpler knot. And then you put the swivel back through the loop, and that locks it in place. And then draw it down. Down all the ends, and there you have it. Simple Palomar knot. Great knot, a fantastic knot for tying braid off to swivels or hooks. I say it couldn't be simpler. So this is my main line. Got a bead on it to stop the swivel feeding up into the end rings of the rod, and then we're going to clip a boom onto that. Fairly hefty line through the boom. And then a weight on there, and then a hook trace goes onto that swivel there. Simple.
I've got that right. Huh? Better? Is it? Not a big pail.
Oh, there's me dude. I think should be.
There is plague of them there, isn't there?
My favourite cuttle bait with cart inside it, just to give it some scent. Chuck that down there. Now, what you can see going away there, but we were in that weather just now. It's very wet. But off to our west we've got some blue sky again. You can see Newhaven, couldn't see Newhaven just now. Well, I don't know if you can make them out on the camera, but we've got some paragliders making their way along the Seven Sisters now. Obviously trying to get all the way down to Beachy Head. Imagine they launched at Newhaven. Sun shining off those white cliffs beautifully. So far, pouting and dogfish is all we've had, and actually, I haven't had anything. So that's not good. That's not good enough. So I think next secret weapon is I start eating my soup. That's another guaranteed surefire way of getting a bite. I know I've got a cold cup of tea. Yeah, Newhaven seems to have disappeared again through a bank of cloud and rain. Got a little fish on here, I think. Let's have a look. This is on the upside rod. It'd be ironic if I catch an eel on the upside rod and I don't catch anything on the eel rod. There's something on here. Put my money on dogfish. Ooh! It's hanging on though, it is hanging on. What have we got here? Woo, 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 woo. Quite a nice sized dogfish.
So far.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad sized dogfish that. Sorry? No. That's a reasonable size. Nicely hooks in the corner of the mouth. looks like it allowed me to keep the hook, or the bait rather. There you go. It's the dogfish, and swim away and go and annoy somebody another day. And he's gone. But the baits are all intact, so I haven't got to rebait, which is quite handy. And it saves the blank. I've not had a blank, which is the result. Using the old double pulley paternoster, which we've tried off the beach, and now we've tried it out on sea, and that's using the Trident tackle, pulleys, clips and what have you, so they work off the boat as well. And it's a Gemini weight, but it's with the extended bar at the end there, which just helps with it hooking up in the bottom. We'll get this out before the rain comes. Oops. Dogfish? No? Yeah. And Woody's into another fish, and we reckon it might be a dogfish, or the small spotted cat shark, which I prefer to call it. So here we are out off New Haven shark fishing. Right, feels like I've got a decent fish on,
It looks like a decent one.
but it's tailed into the wreck, I think. Still there. Feel it shaking its head.
Yeah, see that in the rod.
Certainly putting a bend in this 30-pound class rod. It's definitely backed into the wreck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa! There is a waft in it. That's it. Gave a bit. Took a bit. Ooh, it keeps going shake, 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 and then it backs in further. Really testing his rod, that's for sure.
The guy.
Fades into something as well.
You got your camera on, Chris?
Yeah. Look at the size of that whiting. That is a decent whiting.
That is a decent one.
Yeah, you can get out and present it to the camera. Look at that. Oh, it's pouting. Still big pouting though, big granddaddy pout.
I think yours might be a bit bigger, Chris.
I think it might be, or it might be just a little one that's backed into the wreck. He's got his tail wrapped around a bit of stanchion or something. Trouble is, because this is only a 30-pound class rod, I can't really bully it. I think I might let it have some slack and just let it, see if it swims out. Sometimes when you stop putting them under pressure, they'll swim out. might have to put a bit of wood on this and pull it out. I might have to try and pulling it out, snapping it out. Well, I guess the lead was wrapped in the wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, they do dive back underneath the wreck as well.
Yeah, but that was a monster.
But I mean, Gannet coming over to check us out. And there's another boat from our yard come out here and giving it a go. Where have you been out today? You've been out Stroud, did she say? Yeah. Anything? Yeah, it's pretty much what we've been having here, apart from Big Granddaddy Pout.
Your upside's going, mate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we drifted it when we first got here, but when we first got here, the wind was blowing us the opposite direction to the tide. We had a couple of takes, but they were probably pouting. They weren't, you know, they weren't hooking themselves. I think I had one eel on, but I couldn't get it out of the wreck. And eventually I gave it slack line and it let go, and a pouting took the bait on the way up. So I go, huh? How's that happened? Have a great Granddaddy pouting. Bent the hook.
Rubbish hooks.
In the spot, isn't it? Ooh. There's something on. Oh, something quite heavy on here. I was going to call it, I was going to say a big dogfish, but oh, blimey! This has got to be some sort of national record pouting. Look at the size of that! Look at the size of that! I mean, it's not the target species by any means, but it's definitely in the Granddaddy stakes. Look at the size of it! Not the target species, but I suppose it's better than catching nothing. Oh yeah, another big Granddaddy pout. That is a pretty damn big pouting by anybody's standards.
And here comes another one.
And there's another one, another monster pout. Grandma, I got Granddad, you've got Grandma. Granddad's going home, and so is Grandma. Right, well we didn't blank. Had some doggies, some mega big pouting, real big Granddaddy pouting, and a few channels. But that's it so far today, and we're heading back in. So end of another good day out at sea. Weather's been kind to us, I think. A little bit of rain, a little bit of wind, but not too bad, not too cold, and yeah, good day was had by all. We were joined out here by Nigel. You just probably see in the background there. He's been out in Stroudis today, and I think they pretty much have the same as us, doggies and channels. He's come back on this wreck for a few drifts, see if he can't pick up a lucky pollock or cod. Obviously we tried that on the other side of the tide, but to be quite honest with you, the wind was blowing us faster than the tide, so we were drifting in the wrong direction. And fish don't tend to feed when the bait fish is coming from the wrong direction, because they just think it's suspicious. So anyway, heading back in, got a bit of daylight left. Hopefully get back while we've still got some daylight to land the boat. Yeah, it's really good. Fantastic. Good day, Woody?
Good day.
Yeah? Craig, you had a good day?
I enjoyed it.
Cool. Jolly good. Right, let's get back. I was fishing off the beach the other night. So, probably just about outside casting distance here now. If you have a look at the echo sounder, you can see the size of the reef that's here. So there's a major reef off here. So again, I still rate this as a good shore mark for conger eels. But I think if you're going to cast any distance, you are going to lose sackle. Because that's quite big up and down, so quite a difficult set. Look at that. Brick size, 5 feet. 5 feet pinnacles. Look at that. Just this side of Martello Town now. So the Martello Town's behind us. Yeah. The reef is even bigger. So that might be worth remembering. So maybe we want to go a little bit to the right from where we were. West. Yeah, so I think possibly we'll have another conger session off the beach. Maybe come to the right a little bit so that we're in front of these new buildings. Yeah, chucking it out, I know, yeah, 70 metres, what have you, so hopefully we're just missing that reef, just on the shingle, but in range of the fish coming swimming in after the baits. Day out.
Yes.
Didn't catch any of the target species. In fact, I think I'm going to stop targeting species because every time I target them I don't catch them. But we caught some pouting, which were pretty big pouting, has to be said. A few nice dogs.
A few channels.
Craig got some channels. I don't think I've actually videoed any of the channels, but I've kind of got lots of video channels. So yeah, no, it's a good day out.
Yes. Yeah, good on.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah, days are getting longer.
Yeah, days are getting longer.